We're going to start on our backs with the bolster the same length as our spine. So place your sit bones right up against it. And then just allow your body to soften down. Arms extend out wide. Palms facing up. Draw the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open up wide. If you need some support underneath your knees, you can place a block there or a rolled up blanket. But then allow everything else to settle into the bolster. Spine feeling fully supported. Close your eyes. And begin to take your attention from the external world to the internal world. One of our greatest tools for making that transition is to watch the breath. And just watch the rise and fall of the belly for a few moments here, tapping into your personal rhythm today. Is the breathing slow? Is it quick? Or is it somewhere in between? And after a few rounds of watching the rise and fall of the belly, does it want to naturally grow? Maybe from belly into ribs, exhaling belly, then ribs. A few rounds of feeling how the rib cage widens out to the side to make room for more air. Noticing how the contraction at the abdomen at the start of exhalation slightly lifts the pelvic floor. And notice also as you engage the movement of the ribs, how the heart begins to free up. There's a little more space in there for the lungs to expand. And so the breath naturally wants to grow deeper from the belly now into the rib cage and then into the chest. You feel a widening or spreading sensation through the sternum, through the chest. And then in the exhalation, again, it's contraction of the abdomen. Rib cage will naturally come closer together. And the chest will soften here. So a few rounds of this 3-part breath. And as you're breathing slow and deep like this, if you want to add in that ujjayi sound, ocean wave, or whisper type sound to the breath, bring that into your practice now. Remember, it's the same action that you would make in the throat and mouth that if you were fogging up a mirror, except you do it with the mouth closed. And that soothing sound is a very important tool for us in our practice to make sure that we remember that we are breathing. We can tell our intensity, if it gets too loud or too quiet. And it also warms the breath, so it makes it assimilate deeper into the body more quickly. Now, when you get to that full part of the 3-part breath and the breath moves into the chest, can you feel an extra moment at the top of the inhale where you pause? And notice how the pause expands outward. So there's almost like a feeling of expansion even though no breath is entering. And then exhalation, belly, then ribs, then chest. I'll do that again. You'll inhale, full breath in, and when it gets to the chest, at the top of the inhale, you're just bringing in a very soft, subtle pause, nothing with any strain. And as you hold in, can you sense that there's a feeling of expansion happening even though no breath is entering? And exhaling, of course, whenever you need to, and continue that on your own. And as you tap into that feeling of expansion, can you notice that it seems to come outward from the heart center? That we pause at the top of inhalation, but the expansion happens in 360 degrees of direction. And they've measured the electromagnetic energy of the heart, and they can test it to be somewhere around 20 to 30 feet away from us. They can pick up our own electromagnetic field from the heart center, that far away, again, in all directions. So this very powerful instrument inside the body has the capacity to reach beyond just their physical form. And as you pause at the top of inhale and you feel that expansion, can you also feel it moving down through the arms and into the hands and fingertips? So many healers are well aware that the feeling that we understand, or the communication that's happening when we're doing body work, is very much connected to the heart center. That we receive the messages from the fingertips, they return to the heart, and then the action, the empowered action for healing, goes from the heart back out through the arms into the fingertips. And these are the tools, particularly the hands, are the tools with which we've been given to work in the world. All the fine motor movement. That can be as simple as shaking someone's hand, to using the hand to draw an amazing piece of art. And all of that having a direct link to the heart center itself. So 2 more breaths here, just like this, working with that pause, feeling the energy. And then we're going to rest here on our backs and just gently bring our hands together in front of the heart, letting the thumbs touch the sternum. Hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, chin down, lengthen the back of the neck. So it feels like you're bowing your head to your hands. And we'll set the intention for the practice today to be to work with the heart center, but including these extension areas of the shoulder, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, and the hands. And loosening this area up, particularly if we find that there's tension in there. And remembering that these are instruments that we've been given to do our work in the world. And one of the most interesting things I think about the heart center when we come to some of the psychology of it within the chakra system is this idea that there is independence in action. We don't need the approval of other people to know what the messages from our heart are telling us, and that it's our duty to perform those with or without approval, with or without someone else's judgment. And so there's really that independence that comes from the higher authority of the heart. So if there's anything in your life that resonates with, that you want to make more personal, state that mentally now. And then place it here within your own heart and surround it with loving kindness. Because as much as it's understood that we can act independently, it's still painful or hurtful if we don't have the support of those around us. And so bring that loving kindness into yourself. Sometimes we won't receive it from those around us. And then place that here in your heart, remembering to be your own best cheerleader. And then release the arms down by your side. And we're going to drag the arms across the floor. So if you can clear some room. You're going to inhale the arms over the head. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend the elbows out wide and try to slide the arms down, bending the elbows in towards the rib cage. Release the fingertips then back down towards the hips and inhale the arms over the head again. So you're taking, almost like you're making a snow angel, arms over the head. Exhale like goalpost arms, bend the elbows. See how long you can do that, how far you can get those elbows into your side. And then just release the hands back down towards the hips. And repeat it again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, bend, dragging those fingertips across the floor. Elbows pull into the side. Fingers reach then down towards the floor, towards the hips. Inhale, arms over the head. 2 more like this, please. Exhaling. Feel that stretch across the chest, across the shoulders. And 1 more. Very nice. Now this time take your hands and interlace your fingers and push the palms away, and then arms stretch over the head. And then continue to reach those palms away from the tailbone. So think of lengthening the spine. See if you can imagine that there's space opening up between each of the vertebrae, relieving the pressure on the discs. And at the same time too, you're getting this really nice stretch for the wrists. Good. Breathing deeply here. Exhale, remember to take the abdomen back towards the spine. And last breath. Good. Inhale the arms back over the head, which is now here at the chest center, palms facing the ceiling. And then you're just going to release the hands and make small circles with your wrists. So just complete rotations here. Notice if there's any cracking or if it feels like they're a little dry. We're in a Vata transition right now of seasons, so this can be a very difficult time for people. And we want to be extra mindful of our joints. And then rotate in the other direction. And then we'll just release the hands to the knees, guide them into the center, and just roll to your right side into fetal position for a moment. Resting the head on the arm and just letting the spine come back into neutral. One more full breath here. And then push the bolster out of the way and come back onto your back. So on the back, we'll have the feet flat, knees bent. Lightly touch the fingertips with the heels. Arms are down by your side. Press into the feet and very slowly roll up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Opening up into the chest, and then exhale and slowly roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time, really lengthening the tailbone towards the heels. Repeat that again. Inhale, roll up. Tailbone, lower back, middle back, all the way up to the chest and heart. And then exhale, reversing that. Slowly massage the spine as it releases back into the earth. Good. Inhale the right arm up and over the head. Lift and lengthen through the core. Noticing the shoulder here, and then exhale and slowly roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time. And now we'll do the other side. Inhale, left arm lifts up, rolling up through the spine. And exhale, slowly roll down. Now both arms here, pressing into the feet, both arms reach up and over the head, roll up through the spine. And exhale and slowly roll down. Keep hugging the navel towards the back body for support as you come down. And we're going to do that again with both arms. Inhaling. And exhaling, rolling back down. Now leaving the arms by your side, you're going to roll up through your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. And now we'll take the shoulders underneath you just a little deeper. So wiggling them underneath you, interlace the fingers into Yoga Mudra. If that's not possible, you're welcome to hold the outsides of your mat and roll the inner elbow up towards the ceiling, trying to hug the shoulders underneath you as much as possible. Now, no matter which position you're in, you're going to press equally into both feet. Think of lengthening the tailbone towards the heels, so create some space there in that lower back. Continue to lift through the heart, opening up as much as possible, but keep a slight lift in the chin so we're not going to overstretch the back of the neck here. So 3 more full breaths, taking out any tension that there might be there in the body. Make this comfortable yet strong. Again, that same quality of the heart, the fearlessness, the courage. Rooted in that deep sense of purpose. Last one. And then shoulders release from underneath you. Come onto the balls of the feet and now just very slowly roll the spine down. And take your time. You can get that little extra height of the heels. You have more room to feel the massage as you release. Good. And then hug your knees into your chest and rock a little bit from side to side on the spine. Now, if you have a strap or some other form of a strap nearby, we're going to use that. You can also modify this without one. So hug your knees into your chest and then keep the right knee in and extend the left leg long. So stretching into the hips a little bit here. As you hug the right knee in, press the left heel away. Feel that stretch in the inner thigh, maybe even the little compression there for the top of the right thigh. And now we'll switch sides. So left knee in, right leg long. Feel that sweet release in the extending leg. Continue to take the knee towards the chest as the right heel pushes away. Is there a difference between the right side and left, especially the inner thigh or the compression of the left thigh? And then switch again. Bring the right knee in. Extend the left leg long. Now we're going to hook the hands underneath the thigh, straighten the right leg, and take it up towards the ceiling. Certainly, if you'd like, you can wrap a strap around your foot, particularly the pad of the foot. Either way, like I said, you can do it without the strap. Lift the heel so that you feel the inner heel reaching up towards the ceiling, and then let the outer pinky side come down. And just be at your capacity. If you need a little micro bend in your knee, take that. That's perfectly fine. Noticing sensation there in the back of the leg, we're going to start to make small circles. Very gentle at first, just easing the body into opening. As the body relaxes, enjoys the stretch, you can deepen the circumference. So just taking slightly bigger circles. And just again, feeling the joint, noticing what it's capable of this morning, what it wants to do. And then maybe going even further, bigger circles than that. Maybe all the way out to the side if that's comfortable. That full rotation. Good, and then we're going to bring the leg back up in the air. Hold as close to the foot or strap as possible. And certainly you can hold on to the back of the calf if you'd like. And then take the right leg out to the side. Left hand is going to hold on to the left hip bone, feeling almost as if you're separating it in the opposite direction. Inner thigh of the right leg opens up here. And continue to breathe into any areas that feel tight. So you can notice that if you breathe right into those areas, sometimes it'll intensify the sensation, and then the exhalation will help to release it. One more breath here. And then we're going to take this across the body. So switch hands on the strap or hold the leg with the left hand, and now take it all the way across the body and reach the right arm out into a T. Gaze over the right shoulder and breathe deeply here. Now, it's a significant twist, so only go to the capacity with which you feel comfortable this morning. Navel's rotating to the right, right shoulder's relaxing, belly button softening. One more breath here. And then bring the head and spine back to neutral. Right leg lifts up in the air. Bend the left knee, foot flat, knee bent. And then if you had a strap, you can release the strap. And you're going to take the right ankle and just place it on top of the left knee. Look between the legs. There's a triangle. Right hand goes through the triangle. Left hand comes around the thigh. Interlace the fingers and now pull the knee into the chest. Keep both feet flexed as you do this. If the right elbow happens to touch the right thigh, you can press it open a little bit more, but without strain or stress. You want the spine to feel fully supported by the earth. Breathe deeply here. So just this little bit of a hip opener, kind of like pigeon pose on your back. Now, as you're breathing into the sensation, on the top of your inhalation, if it feels comfortable, try adding in a little bit of a pause and just notice, experience the sensation that comes as you're holding. Attention right in the center of the sensation. One more. See if it doesn't release some of that sensation, helping it to feel a little more relaxed. And now place the left foot on the floor. Keep the right ankle where it is and use that ankle to guide the knee over to the right side. And we're just going to stretch the outside now of your left hip. Arms can open up wide if you'd like. Breathe deeply here. That outer leg line rarely gets opened and yet can cause a lot of tension for many of us. So just let the weight of the leg do the stretching. No extra pressure is necessary. Feel that whole outer leg line up into the hip and maybe even into the side body. Breathe. One more. And then come back to center. And we're going to do that whole sequence on the other side. So, extending the left leg up in the air. You can hook the hands around the thigh. Right leg extends long to the floor. If you have a strap, certainly you can place that strap around the pad of the foot. But we're lifting up through the heel, particularly the inner heel, letting the outer foot come down. Micro bend the knee if you need it. Breathe deeply here. Stay strong in your supporting leg as well, that action helps to stabilize the posture. Mindful where you're directing your breath. And now small little circles with this left leg. Again, start real gentle, real small. Just explore what's in the hip this morning. And then as the body gives you permission by softening sensation, you can go a little deeper, a little wider, and continue to grow those circles at your comfort. And now holding that strap as close to the foot as possible, or you can hold onto your leg, you're going to take the leg out to the side, left side. Right hand hooks onto that right hip bone, so you can almost pull it in the opposite direction. And flex both feet and breathe deeply here. Let the inner thigh of the left leg open up. Release sensation by softening or becoming more relaxed. Last breath here. And now come back to center, and you're going to switch your hand on your strap or on your leg. Take that all the way across the body. And now left arm opens up into a T. Look over the left shoulder and breathe into this twist. So keep grounding your supporting leg, your bottom leg, and then feel your navel rotate deeper to the left. Relax your belly button, relax your left shoulder. Let the twist happen. Breathe deeply. One more here. And then come back to center. Now you're going to bend the right knee, place that foot flat. Release your strap if you had one. Take the left ankle on top of the right knee. Look between your legs, see the triangle, left hand through the triangle, right hand around the back of the right thigh, interlace the fingers and pull the knee into the chest. So what we want to do is keep the spine nice and long, tailbone away from the crown of the head. So try not to pull the tailbone off the earth. And then again, if that elbow happens to touch the thigh and you want to give a little pressure there, that's fine, just being mindful of the knee. And notice sensation. Is there a difference between the right hip and the left? Keep flexing your feet, protecting the knee. And then as you breathe directly into the sensation, at the top of the inhale, bring in that gentle pause. And notice what's happening to the sensation as you hold your attention there. One more like this. Very nice. Now we're going to bring that foot back down to the floor. Keep the ankle where it is and guide the knee over to the left. Arms can open up wide if you'd like. We're just going to stretch this outside leg line, right lateral. Again, you can maybe take notice if right was tighter than left. And where you're going to feel the sensation is unique to each person, depending on where you carry your tension in the body. And then gently come back. Take your time to square off. And we're going to cross our ankles in the air. So crossing the ankles, now hook the index middle thumb around your big toe. So it's almost like you're in a cross-legged seated position. We're going to do some rolling through the spine. It's really important as you do this to keep the spine rounded and the chin tucked so we're not slamming the back into the floor. So you're going to inhale the legs over the head and then roll up into a seated position. And then inhale, roll back. Legs go over the head. Inhale, seated position, and keep going here, rolling back and forth. And what we want to do is get some stimulation to the spine, some of that prana moving a little bit more deeply. Keep going. One more. And we'll roll all the way up into a seated position, and then we'll just take a moment to sit and feel. So notice the sensations in the spine, some of that blood flow, some of that energy. Very nice. So working with the shoulder and arm area, we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up in the air, take your left ear to your left shoulder, and now take this right arm and slowly reach it away, but do this as slow as you can. So feel like someone's pulling your fingers away from you. And then notice the sensation as it changes as you move through different areas of the neck, shoulder, and arm. So somewhere around halfway, keep stretching, keep lengthening. And it's always interesting to see where is the most sensation. Keep going, even if you're getting close to the floor. Keep lengthening, lengthening, lengthening until you can't go any further. Keep reaching, 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 reaching. And then place the hand on the floor. Head comes back to neutral. Inhale the left arm up. Tilt your right ear to your right shoulder. Turn the palm, and now slowly start to reach away. And again, you're lengthening. Feel like someone's pulling that arm out to the side. Keep going. And is the sensation different on this side than the other side? Where do you get that best stretch? Keep going, keep reaching, even as you get close to the floor. See where you can extend through those very sensitive muscles in the neck and shoulder. And you can't go any further. Bring the head back to neutral. And now lengthen the arms so that just the backs of the arms rest on the knees and sit tall. We get so tight in the forearms, and especially now that we've been moving into so much more of a digital experience of life, and our hands, our forearms, all of these areas get really tight. Well, let's come into tabletop position, rolling over the knees. Hands are going to go under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet pressed down into the earth. Just 3 rounds here of undulations. Inhale, the heart lifts, sit bones lift. And then exhale, press into the hands, knees, and feet. Pull the navel towards the back body, round the back, open up the back of the heart. Do it again. Inhale, heart lifts, sit bones lift, opening up the front body. Exhale, push down firmly through hands, knees, and feet. Open up the back of the heart. Really stretch in there, back of the shoulders. One more. Inhale. And then open into that back. And the back of the heart has been told to me that this is where we hold how we feel about ourselves and also any of the pain and suffering that's come from judgment of others. So many of us have tension there in the back. Inhale, lift the heart one more time. And now this time we're going to move into downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the sit bones up and back, and slowly reach into the posture. And then if you need to move in the legs a little bit, do that. Bend one knee, press the other heel down. See if you can lift up and back with that sit bone to really lengthen out the leg. And then switch, bend the other knee, press the other heel down. And then just go back and forth a few times. Now have both feet hip distance apart. Rise up onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees just slightly, and then lift your hips as high as you can, and really press your chest towards your thighs. Now notice that elongation of the spine, a little bit of the reduction of the thoracic curve, and then roll your shoulder heads away from your ears, hug your inner elbows toward one another, and press firmly through the web of the index and thumb. And then very slowly start to lower your heels back down towards the earth. At the same time, keep that lift in the tailbone, so don't lose that. As the back of the legs lengthen, opening up the heels into the calves, all the way up into the hamstrings, back up into the glutes. Head and neck is relaxed, so no tension in the neck. Jaws relaxed, face is relaxed. 3 more full breaths here in downward facing dog. And at the top of the inhale, if you want to bring in that soft pause, feel how prana continues to expand outward during the hold. And then remember to exhale with the belly first. 2 more. Good. At the completion of that last breath, come onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look at your hands, step forward to your fingertips, and now open your feet hip distance apart, and just hang into standing forward fold. So a little micro bend in the knee here, taking pressure off your lower back. We're going to do some manipulation here for the arms. So interlacing your fingers into Yoga Mudra, take the knuckles up and away from you, and stretch out your shoulders, and do some of that flossing of the shoulder blades. So we'll pull the knuckles away, and then pull them closer to your sacrum, and then pull them over the head again. And keep going back and forth a few times there, just to work, again, in between that space in the back of the heart and the shoulder heads. One more here. Good, then take the knuckles over the head, reach as far as you can go, and then slide your hands down the backs of the legs, all the way towards the heels. Okay, so we're going to give 3 options for monkey. One is if you're feeling tight this morning, you can just slide your hands up and down your shins, coming up into the posture and sliding back down. Second option is to do that with the index middle thumb hooked around the big toe, and there you'll slide up, holding onto the toes and sliding back down. And the third option is the most deep, and that's to take the left foot lifted up, toes to the crease of the wrist, pad presses into the palm of the hand, and then same thing on the right foot. Lift the foot, hand goes underneath, toes to the crease of the wrist. And then you can do monkey from there. So whatever hand position you're choosing, on your next inhale, pull your chest away from your thighs, straighten your arms, straighten your spine, and only if you can, straighten your legs. Then exhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine, bend knees, bend elbows, relax head and neck. Good. Again, inhale, pull away. No matter which position you're in, feel the heart coming forward, the shoulder blades sending back down the base of the body. Exhale, navel in, melt, soften. Inhale away. Exhale. Inhale, pull away. Exhale. Now we're going to add in that pause. So you'll inhale, pull away. Pause at the top of inhale. See if you can still feel some prana expanding, especially into the back of the heart. And then exhale from the belly, fold over the legs. 2 more on your own. It's very personal. Inhale, pull away. Pause. Exhale when you need to. Last one. Good, and then release your hands no matter what position you had. Bring them to your hips and scoop your heart as you slowly come up to standing. Pressing equally into both feet. And now as you get to the top, you're going to roll the shoulders up and back and just massage that area with the rotation. Now go forward, rotating the shoulders there. Now place your hands on top of your shoulders, bending at the elbows, and do full circles here. Full, complete rotations all the way around. Again, loosening those joints, clearing out any extra air that's in there, the vata, and then go in the other direction. And now start to swing the arms back and forth. Just again, loosening that joint. Feet are stable. Navel's in. And now we're going to pump the arms. So you're going to swing them forward, bend the elbows, pump them back. Swing them back, pump them forward. Swing them back, pump them in. Keep going. And so this here, when we do it with the bumping of the elbows, get a little bit more sensation there, particularly in the back of the heart. Navel stays strong. Two more. And we'll let the arms just kind of slowly dangle by your side. And then take a moment just to feel all the energy, all the prana moving through the arms. Maybe some tingling in the fingertips. Checking in with that heart center, that space we've been talking about, from the heart, through the arms, through the fingers. Are we enlivening and awakening this area of the body? Good. At the top of your mat, big toes will be touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach out. And exhale, forward fold. Step your right leg back. Stay high on the ball of the back foot. High lunge position, fingers in a finger stand. Press the front shin bone away from the back heel. Now you're going to inhale. Bring your heart forward without taking your left knee over the ankle. See if you can feel how that deepens the stretch there. Now we're going to lift the pelvic floor, lift the core, and round the back slightly as we droop the head. So it's very internal here. Now inhale again. Pull the heart forward. Go deeper into the stretch without bending the front knee over the ankle any further. So you're really using the strength of the back to open. And then exhale, pull the pelvic floor up, pull the navel up, and bring just a slight round to the upper back. 3 more like that, please. Inhaling, exhaling. As everything pulls forward, notice where that stretch is felt. Exhale, engage. Inhale. As you do that exhale, it's almost like performing those 3 bandhas. Mula, Uddiyana, and Jalandhara Bandha, the 3 locks deep within the system. 1 more. And now take the left leg all the way up in the air. Rotate the ankle in one direction, then rotate the ankle in the other direction, and then bring both feet to the floor, downward facing dog. One more breath here. And we're going to step the right foot forward to the fingertips. So try to get it all the way up there. You know, if you have to pick the ankle up and place it there, that's perfectly fine. Have a nice long stance here, fingers in a finger stand. So runner's lunge. Press the shin bone away from the back heel. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the heart forward, even if you don't get that much movement, that's okay, without bending the front knee any further. So we really weren't pulling from that full front line of the body. And then exhale, lift the pelvic floor, lift the core towards the back body, let the head and neck soften for a moment. And repeat that again. Inhale, heart comes forward. Without bending that front knee any further, can you pull the sternum through? And then exhale, and it's the pelvic floor lifting, the core lifting up, the head and neck softening. Inhale again. Very subtle deepening. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more on your own. Now, when you finish that last one, we're going to inhale forward again, and then lift the right leg all the way up in the air, and extend through the ankle. Begin rotations in one direction, and then the other. And then find both feet flat, both knee, hands grounded into the earth. Hip, sit bones lifting up and away for downward facing dog. One more breath here. And come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or lightly hop your feet forward. Inhale halfway to monkey pose. Again, pulling that sternum forward, shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. And then inhale, lift and rise. Arms can reach out from the side or forward and up, whatever's more comfortable. Palms over the head. And then exhale to the heart. And we'll just take a moment in Samastiti here. Feet hip distance, arms by the side, just to feel what's changing. How's the body responding? So we're going to work with that a little bit more here for a chair, but if you want to use your block and place it between your inner thighs, make it a little more stable for chair today so that we don't have to worry so much about the legs and we can concentrate more on the heart. Internal rotation of the thighs. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sink into chair. So inhale, lift the heart just a little bit higher, elongating the waist. Now exhale, keep the knees bent and forward fold over the bent legs. And then inhale your arms behind you like wings. So spread the palms wide, stretch through the fingers and shoulders. And then exhale, bring just the arms through. And it's an inhale as you lean back into chair. Keep the knees bent. Open the heart, feel the back bend. Now again, exhale, contracting that abdomen, folding over the bent knees. Inhale the arms behind you like wings and really stretch. Exhale, just the arms come through. Inhale, lean back in a chair, open the heart. Good, keep going. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, deepen the back bend. 2 more. Squeeze your block for support. On the last one, as you come into chair, slowly straighten the legs, and then exhale the arms out wide, down by your side. Hold the block there in between the legs for just a moment to feel all that grounding and stability. Wide open heart. Okay, so release the block. Hands to hips, feet are parallel. Inhale, lift the heart, stretch through the front body. Exhale, lead with the heart, forward fold. Slide your hands down your legs, all the way to the ankles. Do that a couple times. And then turn your toes out, heels in. Come down into a nice deep squat. So elbows on the inside of the knees. Spread the knees wide with your palms as you press them into prayer at the heart. And then close your eyes. Just feel all of your energy settling. All the space we've created in the hips and the heart today. One more breath here. And then bring your hips down to the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together. And if you want to scoot your hips forward or prop your sit bones up on a blanket, that's perfectly fine. And then hook the index middle thumb around the big toe and just sit tall for a few moments. Sternum pulling forward through the shoulders, chin in. Spine nice and long. Feel the freedom with which you have now to lift the heart. Good, then we're going to come onto our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock just a little bit from side to side on your spine. And then some Apanasana, hands on knees. Reach the knees away. Exhale, pull the knees back to your chest. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, back to chest. One more. Inhale away. And exhale, back to your chest. And prepare for Shavasana. So final relaxation. If you're in a cooler room, you might want to put some socks and sweaters back on. But also, too, you have your bolster from earlier. So if you want some extra support for your spine, you can place the bolster underneath your knees. And that will just give you just a little more support for the lower back. So extend the legs just a little wider than hip distance apart. Arms are down by your sides, palms face up, just like we were doing earlier on at the beginning of the practice. That external rotation to widen the heart. Shoulder blades tuck underneath you. And then when you're able to settle completely into the earth, just relax. Now, take your attention down into your abdomen again. Just watch the rise and fall of the belly. Don't try to control it in any way. Just let it be natural, just like the rise and fall of an ocean wave. Your unique rhythm. connected to your unique perspective and your God-given right to individuality. Now relax the jaw. Let the teeth part slightly. Let the eyes soften into the back of the head. Take out any of the strain or stress of the mind, any chronic thinking, and let it just be at peace. So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And notice the ease with which the breath comes into the body. All the room in the heart, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the fingertips. And then lightly rub the thumb across the fingertips. It's to enliven them again, and then wiggle your fingers and roll your wrists. You can wiggle your toes and roll your ankles. And then bring the knees into the chest and just curl over to your right side into fetal position. Arm under the head as a pillow. And place the left hand into the earth and just slowly come back up into seated. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. Sit with a tall spine, relaxed body. And just lowering your chin to your chest. Begin to deepen your breath. And bring your hands to your heart. And let your thumbs touch your sternum. Again, this gesture of bowing to the authority at the heart. And then we'll finish the practice with a chant of Om Soham, I am that. Inhale. Om Soham. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you see all the latest videos that are posted, and share this with any family and friends that you think could benefit. Below in the description is a link to my Patreon account. Sign up for one of those tiers for a monthly donation, and you gain access to our full library of classes, practices, meditations, pranayamas. Thank you so much. Namaste.